I'm Tanja, and today I'm going to speak about 5 things that money can buy. Not your traditional things that you can purchase in a store or that you can order, but those things that are non-physical that you can't see that adds to the overall enhancement of your life and the overall happiness of your life. Number 1, peace of mind. What do you mean when you say peace of mind? Peace of mind could be a good night's sleep. Knowing that no debt collectors are at your door, knowing that you have food in the fridge, knowing that you can pay your bills when they become due, or just knowing that you are at a place in life where you are happy and content. If you're familiar with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you will know that his theory states that in order for human beings to reach that full potential that they can, and in order for them to reach that full happiness of life, that their basic needs to be met. And in order for those basic needs to be met, then you have to have money in order to make certain that you can purchase food, you can keep a roof over your head, and those basic commodities. When we are able to do those basic things, there is a peace of mind that comes from that. Number 2, a safe environment. A safe environment knowing that when you lie down at night, you are free from physical harm and mental harm. There's no abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, sexual abuse, and there are no gunshots ringing outside the doors which make you have to duck for cover in your own house. A safe environment is something that we should all aspire to. And there are persons all across the world who are born into environments that are not safe. And that may be the only way of life that they know. If you have been born into one of those environments, then a safe environment is something that you will yearn. You will make certain that you do everything in your power to get out of that environment, whether it's for yourself or whether it's for your whole family. And money can help you to get to a safe environment. Money can provide the basic needs of shelter, basic accommodations, a house, but money can also put you in an area where you feel safe. A safe environment is something that we all need for our mental health, our physical health, but also for that peace of mind. Number 3, access to healthcare. There's a saying that says when it's your time, and that is actually true. However, to be living a life where you don't have access to good healthcare, or where access to that healthcare takes you 3 days before you actually see a doctor, or not having access to specialists because there are none available in your area, or because you would have to pay out of pocket and you can't afford to pay out of pocket, so your condition doesn't get the treatment that you necessarily need, is not good. And this is something that having access to money actually helps, not only in terms of being able to seek private health care, but also being able to see specialists in whatever area you need. And then there are also basic things that come with being able to afford the medications that you need, or even being able to afford good supplements. And sometimes these are things that we take for granted, that everyone has access to health care, or that everyone has access to public health care, but that is actually not true. And having money or extra money or residual monies to be able to afford health care is something that is very, very important. Number 4, mental health care. Now, this is something that in the Caribbean, in my opinion, still doesn't get the level of attention that it should, and it's still not actively pursued in the way that it should. Not only does it not get the attention that it needs, but most insurers this side of the world actually do not cover mental health care under private insurance. And in case you didn't know, therapy sessions are something that most international insurers will cover for you. In the Caribbean, we have a habit of using humor to cover those things that really need therapy. Whether it is from being marginalized in the society that you've lived in, whether it's growing up with classism, whether it's growing up with racism, or even things like PTSD from just the anxiety of hurricane season, we should be able to access mental health care for all. This should not even be something that only individuals who have extra monies or persons who have money can access. Unfortunately, at this point in time, that is how it is. While there are mechanisms and there are programs in place for mental health, for through the public system, it is only really sought after the person have gotten to that point where they are in desperate need, and not necessarily on the other end of the spectrum where you are using mental health therapists to actually heal from trauma. Number 5 is time. My definition of being poor is not having time or money. For if you have time, you can change your financial situation. We need time to be able to pursue our passions. We need time to be able to pursue hobbies. We need time just for relaxation. We need time to take care of ourselves and our families. If you are using every hour that you are awake to earn a living and still living very close to the poverty line, then you don't actually have time to pursue anything. Research have shown that in order for individuals to live that full potential of life that they need to, or for them to pursue that level of happiness, there should be some element of social life in between there. And that social life can only come when you have time to pursue it because you're not too busy earning a living. If you have bought into the traditional conversation about money in the Caribbean, then you may be of the opinion that there are only two sides to the coin. And that is, you're either poor or you're rich. And rich is something that you shouldn't pursue because rich leads to evil, because money is the root of all evil. Actually, the good book says the love of money is the root to all evil. We can use money to improve our lives, those around us, and the wider community. Money doesn't make us happy, but neither does poverty.